This is Struggling to Succeed. In this episode, like many of my others, I'll be discussing a tip and a technique that I've used to get my success journey going, and that is habit stacking. This little tip or technique I don't think has had the same type of exposure that, say, your first thought about how to install a new habit comes up. Normally when we think about installing new habits, we go directly to, oh, that's going to take me 21 days, oh, or that's going to take me 60 days. However, if you want to set yourself up for success when you're starting a new habit, and if you're a little bit like me and you started late in your development journey or your success journey, you want to try to maximize all the opportunities that you can as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So this means making sure that when you do try to implement a new habit, that you're giving yourself the best chance of success. And this is where habit stacking really comes into its fore. It really works. What is habit stacking? Well, before I get into discussing how I've used this tip or technique, let me just give you a quick overview of what habit stacking is. Take your habits that you're currently doing right now, find out what they are, and then all the new habits that you want to implement in your life, write them out, and then what you'll try to do is you'll actually link those two habits together. For instance, getting into one of my examples is that every morning that I get out of bed, and funnily enough, this might sound stupid to you or silly, but getting out of bed is a habit. What I do every morning now is when I get out of bed, the first thing I do is drink a pint of water. I know that it's very good for you to get a pint of water in you very early in the morning, as within the first half an hour of getting up. So rather than waiting 15 or 20 minutes or half an hour or 40 minutes or whatever the time of length is for me to remember to have that pint of water, I use this habit stacking technique as soon as I get out of bed, the first thing I do is I walk to the kitchen and I get myself a pint of water. Habit stacking is not that hard of a concept to grasp. You take a habit that you already do and then stack another one on top. This doesn't sound like much of a mind-blowing technique. However, the results this can yield compounded over time can be rather massive. When I look at my day, I can see a number of different habits that I have now stacked, from drinking a pint of water from getting out of bed, from using the first half an hour of my morning to meditate or read or journal by stacking those habits together, from taking supplements at a certain time with fruit after lunch and taking those two little habits and techniques together, or using one action to then remind me to do a second action, like when you clean your teeth and flossing. We automatically do a lot of this in our lives, but yet we haven't named it, or we haven't actually worked out what habit stacking is. And that is just basically doing 2 or 3 activities at once, but one activity sort of kicks off a sequence of other activities that we stack on each other. For instance, if you're into any kind of sport or running or exercise, you normally just don't do that core bit of exercise. You just don't go and lift weights, or you just don't go for a run. You normally will do a little bit of stretching before, and you might even do a little bit of squat or a little bit of calisthenics or Pilates, and then go and do a run and then come back and stretch. There are plenty of people out there that just do the Pilates and the calisthenics and don't do the run or the stretching. But yet, if you can build a little bit of a habit around those 3 little routines or those 3 exercises, all of a sudden you've stacked 3 very key and healthy habits into one workout that will be extremely beneficial for you, doing that 2-3 times a week. Habit stacking is something that has revolutionized, I'm not even going to use that word. Habit stacking has changed the way that I implement new routines into my life. Every time that I want to try to do something new, or if I want to focus on a new habit or a routine or a new idea, or if I want to try to read more, if I want to try to achieve more in a certain area, I will take a step back and I will ask myself a couple of questions. I will look at my habits that I'm currently already doing. I will look at my daily calendar or what I'm focusing on, and I will strategically try to pick that new habit that I want to implement with another habit. For instance, recently I've been trying to do 2 meditations a day. And I was always struggling about, should I do it before going to bed, or should I do it at work? Should I go for a walk and sit in a park? And I actually landed on the idea of when I get home from work, the first thing that I do is I drink a pint of water when I get in the door, and then I sit on the sofa from anywhere to 5 to 20 minutes with my eyes closed and just do a couple of breathing exercises and do a mini meditation. That's my second one of the day. Now, you might have noticed that not only did I add a meditation to that habit stack when I got in through the door, because my habit is coming in through the door at nighttime at around about 4:30 in the afternoon after work, but I also stacked drinking another pint of water. So not only am I meditating now when I get home from work for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, I'm also drinking another pint of water. And I'm using this habit routine or the stacking routine to maximize where I can in my day. If you like this idea and want to check out other mindset and focus tips that I've used to great success in my struggling to succeed journey, check out the iCard above for a playlist full of great episodes. Habit stacking is going to be one of the key components that I'll be using going forward in my life anytime I want to implement something new. Let me know what you think about this very simple but elegant idea. Comment below, and let's get the conversation started. That's it from me this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. Also, you can check out the notes below for other playlists and episodes from my channel. I also have a book list there if you're interested in checking that out also. Don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along and get lots more content on my struggling to succeed journey. My mission here is to deliver bite-sized videos each week that can help those that started late get started and achieve more in their success journey. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. And as always, make it a good one.